Engineering economics. So in this session I will discuss about the scope of engineering economics and its definition. So engineering economics is especially meant for examining the relevancy of a project, to understand the value of a project, or else estimating some kind of value of a certain project or something, and also to justify the concerned factors from the engineering point of view, right? So engineering economics is a kind of a discipline concerned with the systematic evaluation of cost, and also proposed technical and business project venture, right? So and also that it also deals with the kind of a decision making for engineers, and also for an effective planning process. So this engineering economics is being as a wise analyzing tool, right? So engineering economics is considered as a macroeconomics, and it is also used largely for profit economic theory, and also it is especially used only for a particular environment of decision making, not as a whole. Okay, it also gives more important to taxation, trade, labor relations, and anti-monopoly. So likewise, okay, so all these things, anti-monopoly measuring criterias, yeah. So all these things will comes under this engineering economics. If you want to relate it with the managerial economics, then managerial economics is a discipline that deals with the application of economic theories to the business management. Or in short, we can say that integration of economic theories with the business practice for the purpose of facilitating decision making and management planning. Under principles of economics, engineering economics, we have 7 principles of engineering economics. So the foundation of engineering economics will be more concerned in this. Okay, so principle 1 under engineering economics is develop the alternatives, which means that it's all about the choice among the alternatives. That could be two or else a multiple, whatever, but it's all about choices. It's all about decision, which one is going to be the feasible and which one is going to be the workable for you. Under this, all we need to do is that to choose the appropriate alternatives, and we have to carry over the subsequent analysis. This is more important thing, because we are going to choose the best one out of the choices we have, and our result and the quality will be based on the decision which we are going to take, right? So mostly if we see, then engineers and managers used to give more priority for these kind of development of alternatives. Okay, so next we have the principle 2 as focus on the differences, okay, under engineering economics. Under this, that whenever we are supposed to consider for decision making, comparison and consideration for decision making, then that should be based on the future outcome along with the alternatives. Suppose if the outcome is almost similar to that of the alternatives, then no bias or nothing is needed for comparison. So next is third principle. So in the principle 3 we have use a consistent viewpoint. Under this, the outcome of alternatives or economics and other factors should be based upon the viewpoint or else is perspective of one's. If the particular decision is made as a predominant one, and then it is used consistently in the description, analysis and comparison of alternatives. Again, the alternatives could be any number, 2 or multiple. So next is principle 4, that is use a common unit of measure. So under this, so here that using of a common unit of measurement to enumerate as many of the prospective outcome as possible will make easier the analysis and comparison of alternatives, which means that it is highly recommended that to have a common unit of measure for all the outcomes of alternatives and analysis and comparison of the same. The next principle is consider all relevant criteria. In this, that alternatives or else means the preferred alternatives, like a decision, once the decision making is done, then that particular alternative should satisfy several criteria, or else at least whichever criteria is recommended should satisfy. And also the decision process also should consider both the outcome as well as the unit of measurement. Okay, next we have principle 6, that is make uncertainty explicit. So under this, it is all about the future outcome. Estimating the future outcome of the selected alternative in the analysis and comparison which they have made. The next is principle 7, that is revisit your decision. So by considering all the flaws and all other external factors, it is important to revise, or else you can improve your decision making, which may result you for an adaptive process, and also that could be more feasible. So this can be done by comparing the original result with the with the estimated result. So we know that for an example, okay, we know that the actual result would be like say 2 lakhs rupees. Okay, so we have to compare it with the original outcome. The estimated outcome, with the estimated outcome. So if the actual outcome, that is the original outcome, as a 2 lakhs rupees, then we have to compare it with the estimated outcome. So if estimated outcome is 3 lakhs and what we are obtaining is 2 lakhs, then we are lagging by 1 lakh. So again, if we can, then we can choose some other good alternatives or something like that, and we can improve your decision making according to the flaws made.